Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. It is your girl, Miss Natalie B, and I am super excited because y'all, it's been so long. It's been so long, y'all. And I missed y'all, and I hope you missed me. But we are back, baby. We are back. You know where you are. And if you don't, let me tell you, it's Free Your Mind Fridays with your girl, Miss Natalie B, here on the Healing Academy page. And y'all, so much has happened and is about to happen and is currently happening with the Healing Academy since we took our planned break. But y'all, we are back with you for consistent programming every single week. You hear me talking to you? Every single week. We'll be right back here for you and with you. And so, just a recap, this is our first week back, everyone. We again are super excited to have you all back with us and joining us. First, we have our weekly programming or postings, on Instagram and Facebook. So every day we'll post about art, we'll post about health, we'll post about literacy. Each day is a different day. And so if you guys do not follow us on Instagram already, slide on over to the Instagram, okay? We heal because we heal for real. Y'all know the slogan. If not, y'all gonna get to know it, okay? And then outside of that, we also again post those same posts to our Facebook page. If you guys do not have us or follow us on our Facebook page, make sure you do that. It is again We Heal because we heal for real, or the Healing Academy. You can find us on Facebook there. And on Tuesdays, a crowd favorite, a fan favorite is the Breathe Experience, which is every single Tuesday. Me and the Dion Victoria will be blessing you guys every Tuesday on screen here on Facebook. And it also goes to our YouTube page. So if you guys are also not following us on YouTube, feel free to slide on over there, honey, okay? YouTube, the Healing Academy there as well. So you catch all the replays of all our previous shows. So even if you're new to our weekly programming online, make sure that you all slide on over because all of our previous shows are there. Free Your Mind Friday, the Breathe Experience on Tuesday is all on our Instagram. And so our current program, as it goes up, we'll be sharing it over there as well. Also, feel free to check out our website, which is, again, we heal. Yeah, because we heal for real. I told you, if you didn't know, you're going to get to know it, okay? WeHealHeal.org is our website where you can find out more about the Healing Academy, where you can find out more about our weekly postings and programming and upcoming events, past events, our panel discussions and talks we have. Because again, you guys, we took a small hiatus, well, a pretty large hiatus from our programming so that we can do some amazing work in the community over the spring and the summer. And man, y'all, I'm gonna catch you up just a little bit on some of the things that we've done. And again, if anyone is new to the Healing Academy, I am also going to catch you up on who we are. Who is the Healing Academy, right? So again, my name is Natalie Battles. I also go by Miss Natalie B. I host Free Your Mind Friday. I am also the co-founder of the Healing Academy, arts and education-based non-for-profit organization here in the amazing city of Chicago, where art reigns king or queen. And we not only want to open community centers and schools here in Chicago, but nationally and internationally as well. The goal is to re-educate our adults and ourselves, and then to truly educate our young people. And the only way that we can do that is giving them what they deserve, which is a truthful and amazing education. And all of the components of our school is centered around our pillars, and that's literacy, that's history, of course it's art, it's holistic health and healing and wellness, and the list goes on. So we are trying to create, excuse me, let me change my language, we are going to create amazing human beings through the Healing Academy. And so we are glad that you all are down for the ride with us. Again, follow us on YouTube for all of our previous shows, the Breathe Experience on Tuesdays, Free Your Mind Friday, and then all of the upcoming shows will be there as well. Our website for all things Healing Academy and more information on us and our amazing board, which we started this year, and just everything else. Now, since you've seen us last, we have been doing some amazing work. We've been at the Black Women's Expo where we had some fantastic sponsors. Outside of being at the Black Women's Expo, we had our healing fair. We've done community cleanups, partnering with the Talking Trash Community Cleanup Initiative, and just some really, really amazing things. But currently, right here, right now, in this time period for the Healing Academy, we are working on something splendiferous, okay? And you guys are going to be excited for this, okay? Let me drum roll for y'all. The Healing Academy, if you have not caught our previous conversations and talks, our last one was the collector's state of mind, where we had some amazing collectors come on and talk about and give tricks of the trade and inside information on collecting. We announced that on December 11th of this year, December 11th, 2021, the Healing Academy will be having its very first gala, darling, and art auction. So we are super excited about that. So tickets will be on sale very, very soon. Go ahead and mark those calendars. Go ahead, set them coins aside, because you can buy some beautiful art. And we talk about the importance of buying art, importance of buying Black art, especially for yourself, for your family, for your home, for your children. My son already has a pretty extensive collection, and so do I. And just why that is important. And we definitely will be talking about it more. But again, if you miss that event, slide over to our Facebook page and check it out. It will also be on our YouTube page soon. The Collector's State of Mind was an amazing conversation with Black collectors. But that is just one of the many events leading up to our December 11th gala and arts auction. Okay, so be on the lookout for more information there. We have a lot more to come. And I mentioned the Collector's State of Mind was only one of the events leading up to that December 11th gala. And the other event is coming up on November 13th. That is going to be our artist talk. So some of the artists that will be highlighted in our art auction, well, you'll have a chance to meet. So you can actually come out. It's going to be an in-person and virtual event for those of you who aren't comfortable at events yet. I feel you. It's still crazy. But also, for anyone who can't make it, or if you're not in the city of Chicago and you still want to hear from our artists, if you want to fly in for the gala, we definitely have people doing that, because we have supporters. Thankfully, we love you guys all over the country. So if you guys want to fly in, if you want to get to know the artists virtually, on November 13th, we'll have a virtual and in person artist talk for the artists that will be featured in our December 11th auction and gala. So we got a lot more on the books coming for you all soon, and we're going to keep having an amazing time, okay? But Free Your Mind Friday. For those of you who are not familiar with Free Your Mind Friday, Free Your Mind Friday is hosted by, again, myself, Miss Natalie B., and it's every single Friday at 7 p.m. where we introduce you to amazing Chicago and then other artists outside of Chicago, again, because we are creating a grid all over this country and all over this world to bring you amazing artists, amazing different types of art forms, amazing history, amazing information, stories, and culture. And so we interview artists here, and we get to hear and see their artistry. So we do all forms of art. So that's poetry, that's dance, that's singing, that's rapping, that's drawing, that's all types of art forms, filmmaking, photography. And so if you guys are interested in coming on and being a guest for Free Your Mind Friday, come on, baby. Come kick it with me. Let's chat it, chit. Okay? Let's chat it up for an hour. We want to get to know you. We want to hear from you. And we want to see your artistry, whatever that artistry is. this is a platform. It was created, and it's actually gone through a few different phases since its creation, because we want to cater it specifically to the artist. This is literally your hour. This is your platform to speak, to share, to highlight. So when Free Your Mind Friday initially started, it started as an open mic. So I would just be here every Friday at 7 p.m. And this is the third iteration or installment or season of Free Your Mind Friday. But when it first started, it was an open mic. So I would be here kicking it, DJing, Miss Natalie B on the ones and twos with my YouTube DJ skills. And we would have people just pop in. It started on Instagram Live, where people would pop in and have their way and perform and speak or say announcement for community events, all of that, and we would just hang out for an hour. Then the second iteration of Free Your Mind Friday, it was still on Instagram Live, but it shifted more so to specific artists. And so instead of having people just pop in and out for the open mic, we would actually have artists each week come in, and again, we would interview them. We would get to know them, their background, how they started, their history, and we would talk to them about specific topics that's important to them. And so every week with our programming, I don't think I mentioned this part earlier, as we're posting our weekly post on art and health and literacy and all of the different things we'll be posting about, each week has a theme. And so this week we'll be talking about spirituality, but each one has a theme, which is centered around our core pillars that we are basing our community work, our school, and our community center on. And so we would have the artists come talk about that specific topic, and then they would perform and bless us with their artistry. And so that was a hit, and the artists really loved it. The community at large, all of you watching, really enjoyed getting an inside look on some of these Chicago local artists, and then again, artists from outside of Chicago as well that would come on, because it's a different lens. A lot of time we only see the artist perform, may say a few words, and then they're gone, or we really just enjoy their music on YouTube or wherever we find them, Spotify. But to get an inside look at these amazing artists, that's what we're here for now. So that's our lane as far as Free Your Mind Friday right now. We're still interviewing artists, we're still getting to know them, and we're still being blessed with their amazing artistry. So again, if you are a Chicagoland or outside of Chicagoland artist and you want to be featured here on Free Your Mind Friday to share your artistry to a different platform, as well as to be interviewed, to get your story out so we can really hear from you and your fans, and our fans and people in general can really get a chance to know you and what you do and who you are and what you stand for. That is what Free Your Mind Friday is all about, because you got to free your mind and the rest will follow. Okay. The goal is to think outside of the box, to go in a different lane. When you see an artist, a lot of the time you only see them as that artist. You don't see their story. You don't see what they've been through. You don't know. And so we, one, have to stop judging a book by its cover. But two, we got to learn to go deeper. And so with Free Your Mind Friday, we go deeper into these artists and their story and their message and their beautiful, beautiful talents. So I'm just really excited. As always, you'll get used to me. I say I'm excited a billion times because I'm always excited. I'm really excited to be able to meet these amazing artists, to share their story, and to ask them questions. And if you all are not familiar with myself, again, I'm not only the co-founder of the Healing Academy, but I am a all-around host and artist. I do a lot of things, you guys, but particularly I am a host. I've been hosting radio for over 15 years. One of my new shows is Getting Jazzy with Miss Natalie B and Rodney G. You all can catch that every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. on WNU Ray 99.9. You can also catch it at rayneilmedia.com. And if you miss it on Mondays, you can catch the replay on Saturdays from 6 to 8 p.m. I also host various other online shows, and you guys can find me on social media. You can always find me at the Healing Academy, email wehealheal.org. I'm sorry, website wehealheal.org. Our email is wehealheal@gmail.com. Our YouTube is the Healing Academy. Our Instagram is wehealheal. Again, because we heal for real. You can also find me on my personal pages, Miss Natalie B is a like page. If you want to follow my main page, it's Natalie Battles Reed. Also, my production company, Melanated in America. You can find that everywhere, Melanated in America, or MIA, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, because we have a TV show dropping next month. And so, one of the things on this season of Free Your Mind Friday that I'll be doing is actually highlighting a lot of my amazing, I'm going to say it again, amazing cast and crew from Melanated in America, because not only are they working on Melanated in America, the project, which is a series coming again in 2022 that we are working on currently, but they're all artists in their different ways. So we are going to use this platform here with the Healing Academy to highlight their amazingness in all the different forms that it comes in. So we have writers, we have editors, we have actors who are also dancers and rappers and singers and musicians and all types of amazingness. So we will be highlighting a lot of our cast and crew from Melanated America on this season of Free Your Mind Friday, leading up to the drop of Melanated in America, the series. And so today we are waiting on Dot Visions. Okay, and hey Nessa, I see you, girl. Yes. So all the hearts, all the hearts. All the hearts. So Vanessa Glover is actually one of our writers that I just mentioned. So she will be joining us one of these amazing Fridays. Tyrena is our other writer. Dot, I see you with the hearts too. Let's see if we can get you up on screen, Dot. But Dot Vision is our guest for today, and we will be interviewing him about his artistry. And today's topic is spirituality. So we are going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about how spirituality plays a role in his life, and me and Dot be chopping it up. So we've had a lot of these conversations already, so now we get to share it with you guys. And as far as Melanated in America, Dot is our videographer, and we love Dot. He's also our editor. We love Dot. That's the hard part, editing everything together once it's done. So we love Dot, basically. But outside of working with us in Melanated in America and being an amazing videographer and filmmaker all the way around, he's also a photographer, and he is a artiste, okay? He is a poet. And we joke all the time because I love his poetry. One of my favorite pieces, which we definitely is going to talk about. Yes, I said that. We is going to talk about today, okay? Is Super Black. I love that piece. Outside of being a poet, he's also a rapper, and he's working on a project currently and has a video in production. So that video will be dropping soon. So we will be talking about his new music project and what's that like for him. I've heard clips that he's put on Instagram and all of that, and it seems like he's really bearing his soul. And you guys, that's what we all about here at Free Your Mind Friday. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Ain't that what they say? So we're gonna talk about it and all of his choices and decisions as far as this new project. We're gonna talk about Melanated in America, and we're gonna talk about spirituality with Dot Visions. And so I'm gonna see if I can, yes, NASA. See if I can get him up. Y'all know Facebook and technology be tripping. But let's see if I can find him. And if not, y'all just gonna keep talking to me until we figure it out. It's cool. All right. So I just sent the request. So let's see if it comes through. If not, again, we're going to keep chopping it up until Dot pops in. Now, I mentioned to you all about some of the things that I'm currently working on and some of the things that we're currently working on for the Healing Academy. So let me just take a second and thank you. Hold on. Flattery. Thank you so much, Vanessa. She said it's a beautiful hairpiece. You know, I felt like a bow today. We're gonna channel that inner child today. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. But the Healing Academy is working on a few different things. One of the things that I mentioned that we're working on is the gala for December 11th in art auction. Again, mark your calendars. It is going to be a splendiferous event. We have DJ Scully on the ones and twos. We're going to have some live music. Oh, y'all don't know my heart yet, but I love live music. Um, 1 second. That's communicating. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to send it again, Dot, so you can come on in. I haven't got the request. We're going to figure it out. Internet does what it wants. Hopefully it works this time. Oh, adding. Boom. We going to get it. But what I was saying is that we have the gala coming up, and we for sponsors. So if any of you have a business,
Let's go. There we go.
Hey, Dot, you done made it. There you go. Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Zach? SS Dot is Cyrena likes to call you.
What's up, Natalie?
What's up, Zach?
I know,
yes.
Right?
So we're looking for sponsors for the Healing Academy. So if you guys are interested, make sure you reach out to us. Again, our email is wehealheal at gmail.com and let us know. But, Dot, hey, you ready to chop it up?
What's up? You all ready?
Chatter, yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Conversation is
One, I'm excited to have you on. What you say?
I said I love conversation.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I love that you could be here tonight. I want to say thank you for joining us. I let them know, you might have heard, I was like, me and Dad be talking all the time, getting into deep conversation. So now they just get to hear it. We opening it up to the world today. Our deep conversations. Y'all welcome. Okay.
Right.
So let's get into it, Dot. So my first thing I would love for you to do is, yes, Team Dot, come on. Team Dot, yes. So the first thing I would love for you to do is to introduce yourself to the viewers. Tell us about who you are, what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Dot. I also go by Dot Visions when I do my photography, my editing, and then my filmmaking. But I also do artistry, poetry, and music. So I go by the name of Divinity of Truth. When you hear my music, you can go search that as Divinity of Truth. That's really what the abbreviation of DOT means, Divinity of Truth. And I went to Columbia College, graduated for cinematography. Well, not cinematography, but cinema arts and science. So that means I got the whole understanding of what filmmaking is, how to do it, when to do it, everything, lighting, gassing, editing.
All the parts.
And all the parts. All in college for visual communications. Quick, fun story real quick. I went to King B. King, right? And thinking back then, I'm still out of high school and trying to get my major together. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to visual communications. That's the same thing I graduated for. I graduated for radio, TV broadcasting, and I was doing film, and I was doing radio and TV. So I'm thinking that visual communications.
Hold on. Wait, before you finish your story, hold up. Let's not brush over the fact that Dot been out here making films, award-winning joints since he was J-High to a grasshopper. Let's not just brush over that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was going to get to that. I was going to get to it.
Since high school. Okay.
Yeah, since high school.
But go ahead with your story.
So I'm in King B. King, and I'm trying to look for my major, and I'm trying to get similar to doing film or doing TV or maybe even radio. I didn't really want to do radio because I was doing radio so long, but I fell in love with film. So TV would have been just like right up my alley. So I picked visual communications and found out that this was graphic design. So I know how to do graphic design also.
Okay,
I
that's
stuck with
important.
it. I was like, I'm gonna just stick with it and stick with it out because I didn't really want to go to King of the King. I really was just going to get my GNEDs or whatever. But then I fell in love with graphic design also, and I was like, oh man, I could use this to help promote and help people promote themselves. So I did that.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to radio, TV, broadcasting, I graduated from um, I got my diploma from Chicago Vocational Career Academy. Everybody know about CVS. If any of my people pop in here, they know what CVS was about. But and what I was about in CVS, I was really a student. I love when I fell in love with radio, TV, broadcasting. My teacher, Mr. Baddish, put me on, along with my brother, Saint the Good Boy, put me on film, and then my brother ended up making a film prior summer, and he got an Emmy. And I was like, wow, this, you can really make yourself out to be somebody good. You can get some good stuff out of the world. So I just went into the major, like, let me go ahead and do radio, TV. Loved it, fell in love with the teacher, fell in love with the students. And then the next summer, I ended up doing Wake Me Up Later, which is the film that we did that won a student Emmy and many other awards. The Reel, which was this in Chicago, New York City, they got the little Reel. And then Center Youth, I won that Center Youth um, award. So I've been doing a lot. I've been doing this for a minute. And that's when I was 16. I'm 31 now. And I'm still working on
Come
great stuff,
on.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing
Come on.
music since I was like 10. And my brother is like the master of music right now in Chicago. And he taught me everything I know. So I took what he gave me and made it into my own. And now I'm starting to really get in tune to who I am and how I want to express myself through music. So yes, I'm Dot Divinity of Truth, and I'm Dot Visions.
Yes. First off, little
Right,
snaps,
right,
little
right,
snaps. Yes,
right, right.
hearts. Let's see the hearts and snaps. Okay, hearts and snaps happening here.
Arts and
Um,
snaps.
don't sleep on that. Okay. Can we just say this? Now I knew that you were Divinity of Truth. I knew that.
Hmm.
Like your
Okay.
artistry. I done already talked about Super Black. We're gonna talk about it some more. But
Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
that's bae. Super Black is bae. But but you started going by Dot. And I had started calling you Dot for so long that it didn't register to me. Like I forgot that it was an abbreviation. So one day I think I was on your page or something and I saw Divinity of Truth and it clicked again and I was like,
Right.
Dot!
Right.
Divinity
Dot.
of
Yeah.
Truth. It hit me all over again. I was like, oh, that's cold. But I don't think I ever told you that. But it just slipped my mind until I saw it. And I was like, yo, it all comes together.
Yeah.
So that's cold, first of all.
Let me give
First
you
of all, that's
another. Let me
cold.
give you a couple more stories about my names. I've ran through so many names in my lifetime. When I first started doing music, my brothers called me Diesel. I had a really aggressive style when it came to music. I was very aggressive. I was a very aggressive kid, to be honest. But he called me Diesel. But I always looked at myself as like a royalty. So I put the Prince in front of that. So my name transformed from Diesel to Prince Diesel. And then some weird way, some weird day, they was like, "What up, P Dot? What up, P Dot Diesel?" So I went by P Dot Diesel, and then they cut it
P.
off.
Diesel.
They cut it
Okay.
off and was like, "D." I mean, they cut it off and was like, "Dot, just start calling me. Hey, Dot, check it out. Dot, check it out."
Now,
And
where did
then
the dot
they,
come from then?
the dot came from P. Dot Diesel, so it's a dot in between. So it's like abbreviation of Prince Diesel.
Oh,
So yeah, it was
okay.
like the abbreviation. So they when they broke it down, they made the abbreviation. They ended up just calling me Dot. I guess it was for short. Like, yeah, Dot, check it out. Let's do this. Let's do that, Dot. And then when I sat down and I was like, what does really, who am I, and what does Dot mean outside of me being aggressive Diesel and me feeling like I'm a royal person. I come from a royal bloodline, right? So I sat down and was like, what is the main thing that I want to do and what I want to be in my life and what I want to represent through all of my work? And it was like, I know that I'm a divine being, right? I'm a divine being. But I also
Come
want
on.
to express the truth about my divinity. And then it just clicked. It was like, oh, you divinity of truth. You are divinity of truth.
And it's
So yeah.
that.
That,
Come on
yeah.
here. Yeah,
So
I
you
love the story.
you know?
I
Yeah.
love it.
I'd be
I
happy I
love
send you
it.
the stories,
'Cause
man.
it literally hit me in the face. Like I knew Divinity of Truth and I knew that, but then when I looked at it and I was like, DOT,
Right.
Divinity of Truth.
Right. DLT.
Yes,
DLT.
kudos to you for that. Okay, I love it.
Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
it when
Thank you.
things just make sense of
Thank you.
creation, and I love the name in general, Divinity of Truth. I love that. I love that. And I would not. I knew
Yeah.
you when you were younger. I mean, you wasn't a whippersnapper when I met you, but we was younger.
Right. 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 Right.
And
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen you as aggressive. Like I've never seen you aggressive. Like you always so chill when I see you.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
is
like
true.
new.
I've
That's
learned. I was. I mean, everybody got like they sides,
everybody.
But like,
Yeah,
I guess it's
everybody.
more so like you develop. You develop up and you learn like, oh, I have my little chill side, and I need to conquer that. I need to, I could be aggressive. Anybody could be aggressive. But it's about
Yeah.
conquering the side that's quote unquote weak, which is probably your
Mm,
strength and which is probably your power because you don't look at it like that. But it's always good to tap into those things that you're not familiar with, and that's how you develop as a person. So I started looking at myself like, yeah, you just need to be a chill guy. You people you love being chill. You don't always like being aggressive. You like being a chill person. You like learning. You like sitting down and absorbing information. So when I learned that I like doing that stuff, and I just was like, oh, I'm gonna tap into that. I'm gonna tap into that all the way. And then it just stuck with
nice.
me. It just stuck with me. Like, yep, that's you. That's you. And then that's kind of who Divinity of Truth is. Divinity of Truth is that type of person. And then, you got all of these, theories about who God is and all of these things and his dynamic. But he's a chill person. You always find that he's a loving person. And that's what I look at chill as being like a loving person, kind person, laid back person that really absorb and really observe what life is and what you have to offer and what you are, because you are two things. Everybody can be negative and everybody can be positive.
Valid life. And
Yeah,
you
so
actually are leading us into our subject matter for today, which is spirituality. And so
yes.
I Divinity of Truth is a spiritual name, you know? And so I want to talk to you about spirituality and what role spirituality plays in your life, how you look at spirituality, and then what role it plays in your artistry. So how do you see spirituality? Because we love to talk about it in the context of outside of religion. Like it doesn't spirituality is not, in my opinion, attached to any one religion. Spirituality is a thing of its own. It can be, encompassed in whatever religion you believe in, but it's not necessarily religious. And so, how do you feel about spirituality, and what role does it play in your life, in your artistry?
Spirituality is exactly what it says. It's about the spirit. It's about who you are. You know,
Yeah.
it's about development more so than anything. When you start tapping into and learning about the higher being and what that person was, like I was saying, it's about love and things like that, right? But when you tap into the character or the personality of a person, it's really about their spirit. Yes, go ahead. You tap into the spirit, the essence of a person, you know and when I, like I said, when I figured out that that's who I wanted to be. But I found this out through so many different sources, the regular Bible, the Quran, all of these different sources that talk to you about what the spirit is here to do. You learn what your purpose is through these things. You learn who you are. You learn what you attach to, what you're not attached to. How to learn about what attachment is and how it can be defective and how it can be positive. And that's what I look at spirituality as. It's about growing the soul of a person. It's about the spirit and growing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know people kind of like separate, the soul and the spirit. Like we have souls. Yes, that's the the essence of where you at in it. But the type of personality and the type of person you are is the spirit, and like where that how that expands to the world, and learning about that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I'm not 100% like this is what it is, because we all are still learning about the soul and the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But it is about expression. And that's what the art forms that we doing right now. It's about expression. You know what I'm saying? It's about music. It's about art. It's about all of those things that we do outside of when it comes to communication. We find ways to express ourselves, and that's what I believe the spirit is about: expressing and developing.
If I could say anything from just the little bit that we've been talking thus far, is that you've mentioned development a lot. And even when you didn't say the words, you were describing it. And so one, I want to say I'm proud of your journey. I know I haven't been there for all of it, but I haven't seen all the pieces. But I'm proud of your journey and your decisions to say I'm going to decide who I want to be. And not only am I going to decide who I want to be and what path I want to go down, I'm going to research it too. And that's a beautiful thing. I don't think a lot of people, when we talk about spirituality and spirit, our spirit is basically who we are. The body, is neither here nor there. It'll leave us at one point. But the spirit, the essence of who we are, is within that spirit, and it's going to always be there, even when we're not on this physical plane or in this body
Exactly.
anymore. The mind help control the thoughts, but it's the spirit that's the essence of who you are. And so with that, you are molding your spirit, and we all can decide which way we want to go. And like life and traumatic situations and love and all different things that we go through can ebb and flow our spirit in different ways. But to say I'm the captain of this ship, to be like,
Mm-hmm.
this is me. I get to decide. I get to determine. I get to research. I get to choose who I want to be and what kind of person I want to be. I just want to say yes, God.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
God. Yes, God. That's
Exactly.
it. Like, that is it. We don't
Yeah.
have to just accept negative traits if we don't like those traits about ourselves. We don't have to accept what someone else or society tells us we are. We choose. And that aligns with our spirit, because I believe we are sent here with our purpose and who we are and our gifts to help us achieve our life's purpose. Along the
I
way, we
agree.
forget. It might
I
have came,
agree.
it might have been the birth canal, I don't know. But along the way we forget, but we find it again. And we have to find it again, I feel, to truly feel happy and fulfilled in this life. And so for you, yes, I just want to say yes. To be like,
Yes.
nah, I'ma determine what I like, what I don't like, and what I want to be and who I want to be.
Yes, because
That's spirituality right there.
yeah, so when you are a child, right, you are exposed to many different avenues of life, where you could go and who you could be and what's your purpose, right? And people could get this to you in your hand. People get all these things in your hand. This is the environment you need to be in. This is the type of people you need to be with. This is the
Mm.
type of books you need to read. But when you do all of those things, you feel yourself more than anything. You understand, oh, I don't like this environment, or I need to learn how to move in this environment, rather than, excluding yourself permanently and still and losing the lessons. But the lesson may also be to leave that situation. But like when you read books, it's like you don't even absorb every single thing that you that you read. You absorb the things that's more relevant to you. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
we continue to, that's why they say do double reads, read it over again. Because then you start picking up other things. And some things you agree with and some things you don't. It's very rare for you to agree with anything completely. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the spirit is saying this is what you're attached to. This is what you was and who you were and what you were about prior to being here, or maybe your last life. This is your reincarnated life. But back in the other times, this is who you were. And I think that that's how you begin to shape yourself over again. And this is another thing. I think that we're here again to, like you said, learn ourselves again, but also learn new things about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like going back in that book and rereading the chapter. And you're like, oh.
Uh-oh, y'all. It just, boop, pops me right on out. We must have been getting too real for their lives, okay? Not today, Facebook. Not today, devil. Listen, we are back. It is Miss Natalie B. I'm not sure what happened. It just popped us right on out. But that ain't stopping no show. I'm going to give everybody a minute to come right on back. We back, y'all. And I'm going to bring Dot back up and let you guys get a chance to come back in. Again, this free your mind Friday.
Oh, wow.
You see
That's
what happened?
crazy.
Listen, I say not
I was
today,
in it too.
Facebook. Not
I
today,
was
devil.
in
You're
it
not
too.
finna stop no show. It's gonna
Man.
cut right off. I'm like, what happened?
Sorry. I'm sorry if I
They
made
ain't
you
stopping no show.
mad.
They still finna get this truth. They still finna get this
You
truth.
feel me? You feel me? But again,
Yes, but
that's
go
that's
right ahead.
exactly what my name expresses. Finding the divinity, finding the truth within your divinity, or finding the truth through divinity. You know, that's what I believe we are here for. To put it in short, we find ourselves through music, we find ourselves through art, we find ourselves through, literature, things like that, through language. Everything we find, it's in the world. It's for us. That's what we're here for, is to find things that are relatable to us. That's why we do what we do. That's why we make the films we make. That's why we hang with the people we make, because we're more relatable. It's more relatable.
Okay. Y'all, I'm not gonna play with Facebook today. Come back, Dot. Come back, everybody. The For number 3, third time's the charm. We gonna stay on this time. Come on back in the room. Come on back in the room. All right, again, this is Free Your Mind Friday with the Healing Academy, and we are on talking to Dot Visions, or Dot the Divinity of Truth. And Facebook keep knocking us out. This is the second time it's knocked us out. But we gonna finish our show. We got about 15 minutes left of conversation, and we finna get all 15 of these minutes. So come on back in the room, everybody. Facebook ain't stopping no show, or whatever technical glitches is happening. We gonna finish this conversation. Again, Free Your Mind Friday with your girl, Miss Natalie B. And we got Dot Visions. We gonna wait for him to come on back in the room so we can pull him back up, because we were talking about spirituality and how we are the spirit within, and how we have to nurture that spirit, and also know that that spirit is who we are. And Dot's coming back in. Man, we must be doing some good speak today. For it to keep knocking, like, get some good speak, Dot. It just keep knocking us out.
I know, right? Like, it's cool though. Well, Loaded, you know who Loaded Lux is?
What you say?
You know a guy named Loaded Lux?
You say Lotus?
Loaded Lux, like loaded potatoes and Lux.
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Well,
Why you say that?
his tagline is you gonna get this work. They about to get all this conversation. I don't care
They
what
about to
they
get all
find
this
out.
conversation.
You
And I'm
feel me?
going to edit these video clips together So we ain't gonna
Might
miss
as
no
well.
beats on the replay, okay? Look at
You hear
Vanessa's
me?
face there. Yes, no, so they wildin', but it's good because we finna get it, okay? Now,
Alright.
that we 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 have given them the real on who you are and how you got
Mm-hmm.
started. We have given them the see, look at this, just craziness. Giving them the real on spirituality and your take on spirituality. But my question is now is when did spirituality really take or become a role in your life? Do you remember a time period or a moment where you know that you shifted to the
Yeah, I got
mindset
stories. I
that
got
or the beginning of
I
shift the
got you.
mindset? Yeah.
Okay, so it has always been prevalent in my life. Uh, my mom was always in church, but besides that, I had really never really was involved in it like that. But I had got um gastritis, right? And that's like an ulcer, basically. It's like a cousin to an ulcer. And I had already prior just been like researching and just finding stuff. This is when YouTube and everything really had peaked, and everybody was just on it, and everybody was putting all the information out, right? And then, all right, well, I then I then found information that that was never taught in school. I had never understood where this came from, and it was African spirituality. But
Mm.
it connected to my ulcer, right? Because I had to stop everything that I was doing. I was drinking heavy, smoking heavy, and I had was eating a lot of greasy foods. And I had already been like doing
Mm.
just really fish and whatever, but I still was going to the restaurant. That's what I would cook. But then when I got the ulcer, I ended up going to the doctor, and then they was like, okay, we're gonna give you these pills. You got to cut all this other stuff out because it's affecting your stomach lining, and you got like too much acid in your stomach. So then I'm like, all right, cool. I cut stuff out for the 2 weeks that they gave me the pills, right? But then I'm thinking that it's gonna heal me with these pills. And it went away for like two weeks after the pills had been in my system. But then it came back. And I'm
Mm.
like, okay, I'm done. This is when I became a vegan. I learned about veganism. I learned about this like go hand in hand with spirituality, like learning about the body. I learned about the body through this phase. And when I did that, I found so much amazing information. It's a lot of deep information. There's a lot of heavy information. But when I found it, I was astonished. I was sitting here in my room and like, dang, this is what we missing. The stuff that
There's
you're
so
supposed
much
to
they
really
don't
know
tell
about.
us.
Exactly. I began to lock my hair. I began to eat very healthy. I began to read more books, more than I would have ever read in school. More than I've ever read in school. I knew too much information for my health. I was like, wow, how did I get here? And like, what's crazy, I felt so powerful in this time. I felt I had the world off my shoulders, and I found people that related to me. Everything. It was like amazing. It was amazing, amazing feeling. And yeah, so
And
that's my
that's
story on
that
how I got there.
part.
That's amazing,
You
right?
it's the choice though. Again, it's the decision to say when you present it with the information. Because even sometimes when people are presented with the information, they don't make the same decisions. But to say, now that I see what's going on and I have this information in front of me, I'm going to choose, I'm going to decide to change my life. And when you do that, when you tap in the spirit, when you tap in the source, it is empowering. It is because you realize how much power you really have. So it's
Right.
literally darted a definition of empowerment.
Exactly. Exactly.
you You build up that power within you to say, oh, I can change my life, I can heal my body, I can do these things by making these choices. It's amazing. And the next part, other than that empowering moment, is you start meeting the people who feel the same way. The synergy starts to come into
The
play.
world
And
changes.
I the world, I mean, it shifts. It's literally free your mind. Like, change your mind, change your life. Every single free your mind Friday, I end up saying it because it comes up in conversation. Literally, you change your
Yeah.
mind, you change your life. And you won't have to look or search or fake or be something you're not. When you find your divinity of truth,
That, gotta
the
find it.
right people will fall into line, the right opportunities, the right exposure, the right financial breakthroughs, the right everything. The life you are meant to live will find you. The blessings will find you. Your tribe will find you when you get in line with your spirit. So,
Exactly.
yes for that. Yes for
Quick
that.
question.
Yes.
I know I'm supposed to be interviewed, but I want to have to give you a quick question. Did you ever do black
Okay.
AfricanAncestry.com?
So, I haven't done African ancestry yet, because I am going to. Now, the thing is, my mom did her ancestry recently last year or a year
Mm-hmm.
before last. One of years gets merging together at this point. Um, and when she did her ancestry, I think with genetics, it's like if a male does it, you get both sides. If a woman does it, you only get one side, something like that. But she basically found out that we, because she's my mother, are basically over 90 something percent African. And yeah, yeah. Like what regular African American over here
Right,
over 90% African.
right.
So we all were like,
How?
what? Like
How?
how,
Wow.
right? How is the word? We were all like, what?
Yeah.
So we were taken aback by that. We were trying to figure out where in the family line what's going on. Like somebody tell us something. We knew my grandmother, my mother's mother, had some Native American in her family line, but like 90 something percent African is you African. So we African. So we were trying to figure out where. So my uncle, my great uncle, who we lived with our whole life, happened. He moved back down south a little while previously, and so he came back. He was visiting us in the city, and we were in the car, and it was right after she had did the ancestry. So she's talking to him, and she's telling him about it, like yeah, and like over 50% of that, over 90% was Nigerian. So basically, we're Nigerian.
Right.
Like over
Exactly.
50%. What? Okay. So she was telling him and all this, and then he just calmly was in the passenger side. I'm in the back seat when this is happening. And he goes, well, you know, your granddaddy, which is my great granddaddy, my no, her great granddaddy, my mother's father's dad.
Right.
Okay. He goes, well, you know, my daddy, your granddaddy was 100% African. How are we supposed to know that? If you
Right.
didn't tell, he's probably
You
the
didn't
only person
know.
alive that knows this information. And we grew up with this man like our whole life, and we just now finding out that my great granddaddy, my mama's granddaddy, was 100% African. So that means he missed the slave trade. Like he came over here, and that's not that long ago. That's my great granddaddy, my mom's granddaddy. So that means we have a whole family in Africa, probably Nigeria somewhere, that we don't know or have no connection to. So that's one of my new missions, is to get over to Africa and like put the pieces together and try to find my family in Africa, because we African whole time. It's crazy.
Exactly.
But to answer
That's
your question,
amazing
that's my
information.
ancestry story. And we're trying to get my brother to do the ancestry.com so he can get both sides. Because males can get both sides. So we want to know the specifics. So we're trying to get him to do it. But why did you ask? Uh oh, you kind of breaking up a little bit, Dot. What you say? Oh no, you're breaking up. I can't really hear you. I kind of hear you.
Is it my Wi-Fi? Is it my Wi-Fi? It look like you
Oh, it's
stuck
the
on
VP.
mine too, though.
Okay,
There we go.
we good. It's better. Okay. Now, what were you saying? Why did you ask?
Now I was asking, so women cannot get both sides, like their ancestry, like
I
their
don't
father
think so.
and their
I
mother.
think we gotta go back to biology class. But I think
Right.
the woman, they do it, they get more of the father side, if I'm not mistaken. And then when the males do it based on something in the genes, they can get the mother and the father side. So it makes sense that the 90 something percent would be so strong from her father's side because
Right.
clearly great granddaddy was in Africa. Um,
Right.
so yeah, so I think men do it, they get both sides, and so we're trying to have my brother do it so we can get all the Carfax. Okay, I
True.
want all
True.
the tea
True.
now. I know
Talking about all the
everything.
Carfax.
I need all the Carfax.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And with African ancestry, it pinpoints like
Yeah.
specific tribes and places. So like that'll help with our search to find our African kinfolk. So it's coming. It's just have to be
Yeah, that's exciting
patient.
to know. I promise you, it's exciting to know. I'm on my journey to do
That's
that
really,
also.
yay. Maybe we be cousins or something. We kind of look alike.
Probably we get along too well not to be.
Right?
Yeah.
we might
Or
be from
we
the
can't,
same
or we
tribe.
might be like parallel tribes, but we live right next to each other
Right.
or something like that. Yeah.
Right. We was the farmers and y'all was the fishers or something.
You already know. Yeah.
One or the other. We've been working all day. No, we do work really, really well together. And going to the point of how well we work together, I want to talk a little bit about Melanated in America and
Alrighty.
how we link in general. So one, Dot and I met when we were Yay Had a Grasshoppers. We were in high school, basically. Not necessarily Yay Had a Grasshoppers, but we were in high school when we met through the Teen Talk Radio Theater program. Not gonna play with Facebook today. Not gonna play with Facebook. We back, y'all, and got cut out yet again in the midst of our conversation with Dot Visions. Y'all come on back in the room, okay? Come on back in the room. I would love for you all to come back because we are going to shift gears a little bit and talk to Dot about his artistry a little bit more and then have him play some of his music and talk about his upcoming project. So y'all come on back in the room, and Facebook gonna let us be great, and if they not gonna let us be great, we gonna make ourselves come on back in the room. Dot's coming back up now as we finish.
We gonna take it.
You see this foolishness, Dot?
I don't know what's going. I was moving so I could get close to the Wi-Fi. I'm thinking it's me, but it's definitely Facebook. They tripping.
It just keep popping us out, but that's okay. They gonna get this work.
Exactly.
They gonna get this truth, okay? All of its divinity and all of its divinity. They gonna get this truth. So we were just talking
Exactly.
about how we met, which was through the Teen Talk Radio Theater program with Miss Saquon Myers and Payron Rami, our amazing mentors. And
Chicago
how
Greats.
they, I know they changed my life. I mean, not even Chicago, like
Yeah.
LA
Just great.
greats, Arizona greats, the world greats, like
Just
the
great.
champs are here. That's Miss Saquon and Mr. Rami. They are
Exactly.
legends, living legends of Chicago theater, of film, of radio, just in general, legends and legendary. Some of our greats were trained by them. So, if that tells you anything. And Dot and I are
Exactly.
included in that. So, as we blow
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
Shway, and y'all know our names a little bit more, we gonna credit that to Miss Saquon, Mr. Rami as well. Okay, we are in
Yes,
that
we
realm.
will. Yes, we will.
So Dot and I met in high school. We were both in high school and came through that amazing program where we learned radio broadcast and production and writing and hosting and all of the amazing skills that we have now under our belt. Um, and since then, we've both continued on in our artistry. In your poetry, in your music, in your film production, and a whole lot of other areas and all the other amazing things that you do. So with that, we linked yet again, because we never really were too far from each other, because we were never really too far from Miss Maseko and Mr. Rami.
Exactly.
But we
We always
linked,
seem to come back
right.
full circle with
We
each
are,
other.
it always comes back around. We
Yes.
never are too far from each other. But I'm really excited because this is actually the first like real project that we get to work on together with Melanated in America. And so I love working with you, Dot. We bounce ideas off each other, and it's just a filmmaking artistic explosion in the conversation. Ideas get to going and
Yes.
angles and shots and pans and character visions and all of that. So we have a great time
Yeah.
working together. And so outside of your filmmaking and your photography, and now, we know graphic design is up under the belt as well, and all the other
Yeah.
things you do, you started your poetry and your writing really young also, right? And
Yeah.
we were just talking about
Yes.
this before the show, how you're continuously writing and you have new pieces, and I was like, nah, you might wanna drop a couple on us in the show.
We'll
So
see.
did you find
We'll
one
see.
that you
I
wanted
don't
to
know.
share with
I
us?
don't know. I ain't
Or
perfected.
you
You know,
still thinking
perfection
about
is
it?
I give y'all a couple
Okay.
lines or something. But I can
Okay.
play
I'll
some. I
take a
definitely
couple
play some
lines.
music for y'all. Couple lines.
And we definitely want to hear some music because we got to get into this new project. So again, me and Dot, we work together on Melanated in America. He is our videographer and editor, and we love Dot, love Dot, love Dot. I'm gonna say it every time. We love Dot. And so y'all be on the lookout for Melanated in America, the series coming really soon in 2022. It's a long time coming. It's our baby. It's a beautiful passion project, and
It
I
is.
just want to say, Dot, that I'm blessed to be able to do it with you and to
Same
have you
here.
on the team because it's always a blast. So, with that being said, let's talk about this other artistry because we talked about your filmmaking and your award-winning self all the way in elementary school and whatnot.
What's up about elementary school?
Okay, not elementary school, high school, but still out here winning all type of awards since yay high. Okay, let's move on to your other forms of artistry. So poetry and music. You talked a little bit about how you got into your music. Can you tell us about and how your name and your energy and your music shift as you began to shift? Again, I love the journey. But can you tell us about where your music is now, some of the new project that you're working on, and what direction you're going in with your music and your artistry?
Well, the direction I can't necessarily tell you that right now because I learned that my music kind of travels with me. Is about like almost about like what I'm going through at the time or what I had previously just went through, and I'm just evolving out of it, and I express it, and that's kind of how I become my butterfly, become a new butterfly. I release the cocoon of what was old, and I become somebody new. So I can't
Mm-hmm.
really tell you what I will, what it will be like. I have an idea of what I want to do, but sometimes that does not pan out the way you think it would pan out, especially when you have energy like certain, producers and certain people in the studio with you. You or any or wherever energy you in, it could be just being at night. Energy comes different. Certain energies are different at night. And then when you in the morning and you like up in the morning and you feel like it's time to write something, the energy comes off different. It could have been about a situation you prior just had, could be like what you're imagining for the future. It all depends on where you at really in the moment. Uh, but yeah, that's how my journey kind of went. It was all about where I was at the time. Like back then, it was all about being young and imagining the future, and being family oriented and always wanting to just be a great person in the world. And then I started tapping into myself.
Hopefully that comes back, and hopefully Facebook don't bop bop
With
bop
each
bop bop
other.
bop again.
They
Okay,
better
there
not
we
do it
go. It
again.
had
I'm
froze.
sorry. My
That's why I said, I was like, Facebook better not
spirituality is
bop 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 bop
powerful. You
bop us
feel me?
out again.
Right.
Not gonna
But
play
yeah,
with
I would
Facebook.
keep it. I would keep it simple. But yeah, it was about that, and that's why highly intellectual music. That was my first real EP. So I put that out 2016, and this was exactly the time where I had really moved from that cocoon of learning information, and now I had to express it, and I was moving into something different. Uh, the new project that I recently put out, I did it last year. I was supposed to put it out this year. I mean, last year, but I put it out this year, and it's called Reflections, and it's about relationships. It's about the hardships of a man and a father, and just being in the world and having these different situations that kind of test you. They kind of test you, and it test your spirituality, and you kind of like have to sit back and like think about yourself over again. You have to reevaluate who you are. So yeah, that's where my music is right now. I believe I'm gonna do Reflections 2, or Her, which is gonna be the sequel to Him. So it'll be more about, the same spirituality journey, depending on what my spirituality is focused on at the moment. It'll be about her, and it'll be highly enlightened realm. That's what it will be called, or it will be Reflections. I'm actually in the midst of doing both, because that's like how the energy is flowing. So
Hmm.
I'm just dabbling
You
into both
seem very
situations.
open, and I
Huh?
love that. I said you seem very open, and I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very open. I'm
That's
very
like
open. I'm
wherever
open with
spirit
my
take you
music
today,
too. I'm very
you
open.
get you receive
It's kind of
download.
like I don't have a real filter about. I'm not afraid to express. What I'm saying, and because that's what I believe evolution is when it comes to the spirit and like this music and being able to. If you stay, it's like sometimes you hear the same type of artists sound the same all the time and talk about the same things over and over again. But it's
Hmm.
always, if it's always another artist that has done the same thing, but it's always new elements and new ways to express himself in that genre. So that's why I feel like if I can express myself to you, I can express myself openly in my music without fearing, backlash, or fearing that I'm gonna be. And with, are you there, Miss Natalie? Oh, they did it to us again. They did it to us again.
Yeah, you started breaking up a little bit, but I think I caught that. I'm excited for the her, and I'm really excited for how you be breaking down these acronyms. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
be breaking down these acronyms. So I'm definitely gonna stay on the lookout for her. But I and Vanessa down in the comments would love to hear some of these bars. Okay.
Okay, I wanna start off with a song from him with my spirituality. Since we're doing the spirituality piece for your mind today, I want to start with a piece called "Made at Dawn," which was made at dawn, the dawn of the day. And I came up with this music just really in that moment, and how I felt. Uh, I always wanted to how I feel like relationships should be when it comes to communication, and I guess I'll let the song speak for itself.
Okay, I'm excited.
Come on, you. Let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
Divinity of Truth. Talk to me. Use my body as a diary. Take me on your odyssey. Cause I wanna know your entire thing. Tell me what it is that's on your heart. Plus, I wanna know your love. Open up, I got your back. I'm right behind you, don't let the door shut. Right on my heart, it's an open book. I love to see your narrative, never overlook. Give me the keys to the treasury. I'm a trustee, trust me. Levels to life, walk me through your stories. I hold it to the highest esteem. It's more than a trophy, bring me closer. What a proposal, spread your wings. Saying Kofa, take me to your roots. Saying Kofa, what's important is important. Export it, your words are waves. Make the ocean, I can feel it flowing. Right now, we in the moment. You want sunlight, expose it. There is no longer connection only. No need to vote or make a note. Somebody wrote perfection on you. Express, I appreciate you giving tokens. It is value in what is spoken. What you're searching for, you already own it. Talk to me. Use my body as your diary. Take me on your odyssey. Cause I wanna know your entire thing. Tell me what it is that's on your heart. Your emotions. Plus, I wanna know your love. Talk to me. Use my body as your diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And give me some
Okay, where
feedback.
can people find your music though? Let them know where they can find it so they can go and check it out.
Oh, any platform, Apple Music, Spotify, any YouTube, you can find on YouTube. All you gotta type in is Divinity of Truth, or you can type in highly intellectual music for that one specific album. But if you type my name in, you'll find all my music, Divinity of Truth.
Okay, Divinity of Truth, highly intellectual music. Y'all go check that one out. And that one's called
Yeah,
Don,
made it done.
Made at Don. Y'all go check that one out specifically, but all of Dot's collection of work that is out there. Just Netflix binge on all of Dot's music. Go find the
Yeah,
films too. Just go ahead
yeah,
binge on
just do
Divinity.
it. You know, we out here.
Just
Thank
do
you.
it.
Just do
We
it.
out here doing it. Support. Go listen to it all. Go watch it all. Go like it all. Subscribe it all. Share it all. Okay. But we gonna talk about it because we not finna not talk about it. We gotta
Yes.
talk about that video.
Ooh, let's do it.
We not finna not talk about it. So you got some words in there. You say, "Talk to me. Use my body as your diary." Can we talk about it?
Hmm.
Can we talk about that first line right there? And in general, what place did this song come from?
Well, the first line is exactly what what the song is about. It's basically about having a regular conversation with somebody, but letting them know that it's okay for you to be open with me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not the one I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm not here to give you bad feedback. I just want you to be able to express yourself. And that's basically what the song is really talking about, and about having a bond with somebody, being able to understand who you are, because I think that that's kind of like what we all kind of fall off at, because we don't we try so hard to to be ourselves, but we never really try to understand another person as much as we should, because that's how we get people to know who we are, by understanding another person, because that's how we interact. But the song came from, um, normally when I do my music, I walk. I usually walk. Normally when I come back from the studio, and it's like nighttime. I might just be sitting on the back porch or something like that, and I'll I listen to what the song is telling me. With At the same time, I'm listening to my spirit talk to me. At the same time, it's like, what's going on. So I the song really came from, I had been in a group.
And another one. We back, y'all. It didn't cut out yet again. But we gonna keep it going with the Divinity of Truth. You're still tuned into Free Your Mind Friday with your girl, Miss Natalie B. And we have Dots, also known as Dot Visions, also known as the Divinity of Truth. And we are diving into some of his music. We keep getting cut off, but we gonna keep coming back. So, if you all missed part 1, 2, 3, make sure y'all back over here for this one. And when we post the replay, best believe it'll all be cohesively together. I'm gonna edit this thing together for y'all because Dot deserves that. So come on back in the room, everybody. Come on back in the room. It's the Healing Academy with our Friday programming of, again, Free Your Mind Friday with Miss Natalie B. And the Divinity of Truth, Dot Visions, or Dot, was just sharing with us one of his songs. You can find him everywhere, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere where music streams. And Him is the name of this particular album that this song was made at done, is the name of the song that we just took a listen to and that he is explaining to us now. We're actually winding down to the closeout of the show. We are winding down to the closeout of the show. So when Dot joins us, we're going to finish hearing about the process of this song and the album in general and the new project that he is working on. And then we're going to close out. And so thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for bearing with us as we go through the trials and tribulations of Facebook Live. But it's our first show, y'all. We are back, and it will be every single week. We will be live right here on Facebook with the Healing Academy for Free Your Mind Friday. So go ahead and mark your calendars because we back, baby. And again, if you missed the first iteration of this talk, we are back on Tuesdays for the Breathe Experience as well. And our programming or our postings throughout the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Free Your Mind on Fridays. We give you the weekends off. We may come holler at you on the weekends, but we give you the weekends off. But we coming with you every day of the weekday with some hot fire content. Our show, again, Breathe Experience on Tuesday, Free Your Mind Friday on Fridays, where we're getting to know some amazing artists. And then on the Breathe Experience, we're talking about the topics of the month. We're talking about healing. We're talking about spirituality. We're talking about education. We're talking about the world and how we need to breathe through it. So that is the Breathe Experience. So make sure that you guys stay with us for all of our content all throughout the week. And so Dot's coming back in with us to finish hearing about this amazing artistry and the process of this song. It and
Okay,
did it
we
again.
are back.
We
I'm
back, baby. We are back.
Yeah.
So you were telling us about the process for this song and what it's about, and I love the overall message. And one thing that struck a chord with me is that what you're really talking about is intimacy, because fully opening yourself up to someone and really being able to say exactly what's on your mind and really being able to share those special places that everyone doesn't get a chance to see is intimacy. And that is the part of intimacy that I feel like most relationships and most people are lacking, because we a lot of times are real surface level, and we don't feel safe enough to share special parts of us, or what we're really thinking, or what we're really going through. So for me, as I was listening to the words of the song, I was listening to the song and you explaining the song, all the main thing that was popping in my head was intimacy, like true intimacy. Because, we grown, people out here can do a lot of other things. But
Exactly.
but sitting down and really having a heart to heart, really having that emotional connection as far as talking to someone, really getting to know someone, that seems to be the part that's lacking. So I appreciate the song just off that basis alone, because I'm like, you're talking about intimacy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs off the tape. Cause I don't know. I really I feel deeply about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff the type of love I should say I want. You know, if I was to ever be in a perfect relationship, that would be one of the things that would be a part of it. Being able to communicate and have that intimacy with somebody, because I think that it bleeds over into all the other things in the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's the foundation. It's like you can't build no house on no crack, broken down, chipped up foundation. That thing gonna cave through. You're
Exactly.
gonna have leaks. You're gonna have all
Exactly.
sorts of problems. So if you
Exactly.
have that connection, that intimacy, that true, real communication, you're building a house on solid ground. And so you already manifesting it though, putting it in, not only thinking it, not only writing it down, but then creating a whole song about it. Like you are
Yeah.
putting it into the universe and you are manifesting that relationship. So don't be surprised that might
Yeah.
not be tomorrow, may not be next week, but don't be surprised when she pop on up in there, okay?
I hear you. I hear
Manifest
you.
manifestation works, and we talk about it often here at the Healing Academy, okay?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to stay tuned. I gotta
Yes, you
get for
most
the rest of
definitely
them.
will.
I'm gonna be here for the rest of them. All the rest of the
Yes.
people.
Yes. And so I was just letting them know Tuesday is the Breathe Experience at 7 p.m. Every Friday is going to be Free Your Mind
So good.
Friday. Um, and then every other day during the week, we do our postings of health and art and history and all the other great things that the Healing Academy is all about. So everyone stay tuned, including you, Dot, for all of this good that's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
as
yeah,
we get
yeah.
ready, yay. As we get ready to kind of round out the show and say see you later to all of our viewers, I would love for you to give them some closing remarks on who is Dot, who is the divinity of truth, what can they be on the lookout for, and where can they find you all over everywhere?
Okay. I am Divinity of Truth. And if you're looking to understand me a little bit more, just listen to my music, watch the things that I do, including Melanated America, the series. Um, Go Google me. Go look for some of the things that I've done, and look at my Instagram. Look at some of the things that I do. I'm really a positive person. I have a lot of history here in Chicago. I have been connected to a lot of great people, just like we all are. But if you really want to stay tuned and know what's going on with me, follow me on Instagram at Dot Visions. That's DOTVIZIONS. That's what I mainly be on. You can also follow me at Dot Visions on Facebook. Also, stay tuned to everything that's gonna happen. Everything happen there also. Not as frequent as Instagram, but yeah. Oh yeah, look, I really want y'all to stay tuned to this Melanated in America, because we putting our foot in it. You feel me? We putting our soul and our spirit in this. You hear me? We all coming together to make this happen.
Yeah.
And I think that all of you all would love to have something fresh, something relatable, something happy, something uh, dramatic, something that actually struck a chord with you, struck a chord with you. So yeah, stay tuned with that. We're doing the music, we're doing soundtracks, we're doing it all. And if you want to be a part of it, I think you should reach out to Miss Natalie and come on and be an extra or something. If you can act, we might get you on the second season. You hear me?
You know,
That's
season
all I
two,
have
we
to say.
already planning, y'all. Thank you,
You
Dot. Y'all
already.
go find him on all streaming platforms. Y'all go find him on YouTube. You find him on Instagram. And stay tuned because Dot has more greatness to come, okay? And before I let you go, my last question is closing remarks on the topic of today, spirituality. So, if
Mhm.
you could give any of the viewers any notes, I would say 3 key points on how they can start their journey into knowing self, taking ownership and power over self, and getting into spirituality. What would those 3 points be?
The first point would be don't allow people to sway you.
Mm,
It's a lot of swaying. And I'm saying that about just you as a person and what you like to do and who you think you are and who you want to be. Always continue to be the person you are. It feels better. It feels way better. Second thing is find things that make you happy and find people that make you happy and be around those people and find ways to make that happiness even more brighter. That would be my three
nice.
things.
All right,
Yep.
so recap. Number one is don't let people sway you. Stick to
Be
your
you.
guns. Be you. Do what you do. Okay. And
Exactly.
then two,
Two
two.
is find things that make you happy and find people that make you happy.
Yes. And number three.
Find things that will increase or increase the happiness and make that shine even more.
Okay. Basically, know thyself. Don't let nobody steer you off your path. Find the people that's gonna support that. Okay, and the
Exactly.
things that's gonna support that. And then three, work towards that. Don't put energy nowhere where it's not wanted or welcomed. Okay. Put energy in the things that's gonna make you happy, that's gonna grow the life that you want to live. Did I get that right?
100%. 100%.
Hey.
You already
Well,
know.
thank you so much, Dad. It's always fun chopping it up. Cheddar,
I
cheddar,
know,
chit,
right?
chit.
I wish you could
Okay.
have just had a smooth sailing, but that's what happens when you out here like this,
You know, it happens sometimes, but that's okay. We're gonna make sure we edit this thing together so it's all clean for the people getting the recap.
Let me know
Okay.
if you need
And if
any
you
help.
want to see it again, if you wanted to go straight through, just go on over to the Healing Academy YouTube. Okay. Check it out. Divinity of Truth. Dot and Dot Visions, all the same person.
All the same person.
Make sure you get this work because he was dropping gems today, y'all, and you need to make sure you catch them. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Dad.
Thank you, Miss Natalie.
He's welcome. And thank y'all for being here with us. We'll catch you next Friday on Free Your Mind Friday with the Healing Academy and me, Miss Natalie B. And we'll have another amazing artist for you as we get to know them and open up our minds and hear some dope artistry or see some dope artistry. See you guys. The Healing Academy. We heal because we heal for real. Find us at We Heal everywhere.